As a recovering fawner and a people pleaser, recovering from CPTSD, one of the things that I used to do a lot and still struggle with is hiding my intelligence. I was always surrounded by people, partly because of my trauma. I would consistently attract the same kind of traumatic relationship. The people would always be threatened by my intelligence, and I would constantly be shrinking myself, keeping my voice very small, afraid that I'll rock the boat, afraid that I might intimidate someone. So I was constantly muting my own voice, muting my own intelligence to the point where my subconscious had convinced me that I was dumb. Because it was a repetition over and over and over, minimizing myself, hiding my intelligence, hiding my innate cognitive ability to appease the other person, to fawn, so that they do not feel threatened, because I was constantly surrounding myself with unsafe people. And eventually my brain literally started to believe that I am dumb because I would constantly minimize myself. I would mute myself. I would tell myself I'm not worthy to be speaking. So it had such a great effect on me, even subconsciously. And one of the things, a couple things that has healed me the most through this fawning of, minimizing my voice, pretending I'm dumb, hiding my intelligence, is TikTok. TikTok has been one of the greatest forms of helping me feel seen and helping me feel okay with speaking my mind and speaking all my thoughts and the intricacies that goes on in my brain, because TikTok has allowed me to find the community and the people that do appreciate me for who I am and for the intelligence and for the insights and intuition that I'm able to speak onto my platform and into my community. So that's one really important thing, is being seen by the right people that will recognize your worth, that will recognize your intelligence. And the other was literally just going to neuroscience. I speak a lot about this on my channel, but I've done a in-depth psychological evaluation. It was 3 days long of in-depth testing, all science-based. And obviously I had my IQ tested, and I scored in the 99.99th percentile for processing speed IQ, as well as I can't remember, there's like 4 main categories, but I scored in the 99.99th percentile for 2 of those. But processing speed in particular is the window where everything you ever process, it flows through that. And just getting that confirmation of the doctor saying you have a high processing speed and an innate cognitive ability that is very capable, that confirmation really gave me some sort of footing deep inside, where it's like, I don't need recognition from all these people that make me feel like I need to minimize my voice and fawn and appease them so they're not threatened. It was just going to science and having it confirm, like, the way your brain works, you are very cognitively very capable. And there's pros and cons to that. I have to be understanding the way my brain is wired. I have to kind of supplement it in other ways because my processing speed is so high. I do need a lot of rest, and I talk about that in my other videos as well, and I can make more on that. But I just really wanted to touch on the aspect of fawning. And if you are a highly intelligent person and you know that deep down, that you've probably been surrounded by people, if you have CPTSD throughout your life, you've been surrounded with people that consistently feel threatened by your intelligence, and eventually you've had to minimize and mute your voice so much that your brain has convinced you that you are dumb. So I just want to highlight that, and I would encourage everyone, honestly, to get a psychological evaluation. It evaluated so many parts of my brain that just confirmed things for me and just made sense of so much of my own experiences throughout the world. And it also, again, allowed me to not seek external validation. It's like, I went to science, I went to doctors, and I know my brain, I know how it's wired, and I don't need anyone to validate or invalidate it for me.